Hi, my name's Sam Blake and I'm a best-selling crime writer. I have written 7 adult novels which have all been bestsellers. The Mystery of Four is in the shops at the moment and was in the Irish top 10 for 7 weeks when it came out. I've also been shortlisted for Irish Crime Novel of the Year 3 times. And I write YA, so my YA debut, Something Terrible Happened Last Night, is coming out in May. So I've written lots of books at this stage. And James asked me to give you some writing tips. And I suppose the biggest one is that creativity is unique and your voice is unique and your story will be unique. But that also means that your process will be unique. So listen to me, listen to James, listen to lots of people on the internet, your tutors, your friends, whoever. But take what they say and develop your own process from that. Take the bits that you like the sound of, that work for you, and develop your own process. Some people are plotters and planners. I was when I started. I had quite a detailed plot worked out for every book. Some people are very organic writers and they just want to sit down and write the story and find out what happens along the way. Whichever way you do it, there's no right or wrong way. There's nothing right or wrong in writing. It's all about developing your own style and your own process and finding out what works for you. And it can take a few goes to find out what works for you. It doesn't always work first time. But what you're aiming for is a first draft, a hot mess of a first draft. You're not looking to win the Booker with a first draft. And in fact, nobody should ever probably see a first draft. It's just for you. It's just for you to find the story. When the words are on the page, then you can start rewriting and honing and developing and moving bits around and cutting characters and adding characters and improving your dialogue and doing all the things that you need to do to make it into a finished book. And that finished book could be 20 drafts later. So it's a lot of work. When you get to the end of that first draft, that hot mess, that's when the work really begins. The most important thing is to enjoy the process, to actually absolutely love what you do. And the best advice I was ever given was just keep writing. And I did. I kept writing. It took me 5 books before I wrote Little Bones, which was my debut novel, and that was an instant bestseller. But I would not have got to be able to write Little Bones and to understand the mechanics of writing and the techniques that go into fiction writing if I hadn't written those 4 books beforehand. So writing, every single word you write makes you a better writer, and literally every single word, every single line moves you forwards. Malcolm Gladwell talks about you needing to do 10,000 hours of something to be really brilliant at it. He looked at the Beatles and he looked at basketball players, all sorts of people, and discovered that 10,000 hours seemed to be the tipping point. And unfortunately, it's very similar with writing. Some people are lucky and their first book lands, and that's fantastic. But for the rest of us, it takes a bit of work, but the work is really fun and pure enjoyment. And I really hope that you're enjoying your day and that you get lots out of it and you sit down and you can write that book. Best of luck.